What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys a Week 10 match for Red, Season 8 in the Yellow Division. This is the final match of the regular season, and we're taking on Shiny Spam and the Flint Tropius. He managed to beat us 1-0 last season when we were both in blue. This matchup's a little bit strange. You know, he definitely chose to bring a much more offensive team than what I was anticipating, although I definitely expected his first 5, and Kieran Black isn't even on my screen right now. He brought the Salazzle instead, and I was kind of iffy on the Serena, but it's definitely going to function fairly well as a Suicune check, depending on his set. So, I'm not going to run through my team all that much. I'll just quickly run through it. We're Rocks Aggron, Screens Rotom, Calm Mind Coon, Calm Mind Keldeo, Calm Mind Clefable, Calm Mind Reuniclus. So, I'm bringing 4 setup sweepers, and we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, I'm going to try and put as much pressure on him early game as I can with the Suicune and the Keldeo, freeing up space for the Reuniclus later, and that's how we're going to go. So, I'm just going to lead with my Aggron. Pretty much a good matchup against anything really here, as he's going to lead with the Diancie. And, yeah, so turn 1, we're going to see sub, and instantly I'm like, alright, sub Endeavor. Great, that's fucking bad. Obviously, I can't set up rocks against this, I can't Intoxicate, I can't click Roar, so I'm just in a shit spot, and I basically have to let my Aggron die, pretty much for free. Not entirely for free, but pretty much for free. I will be at least able to kill the Diancie, which is great. If you didn't watch the team builder, please go do that. I talk a lot about my playoff chances in that video. And I need to get as much differential out of this game as humanly possible. So getting any kills is a good kill. I opted to just set up rocks in the Buzzwole because rocks are really useful at whittling down the Zapdos and the Salazzle. He's going to be able to kill me. It's fine. Doesn't really matter all that much because my Clefable is unaware anyways. Granted, I can't break the sub without setting up a Cosmic Power first, so Poison Jab's doing a lot more than I expected. He's like adamant Buzzwole, so it really sucks there. And I'm just going to throw up a Wish this turn, so I really would have preferred to have been a soft-boiled set for sure. Obviously, I would have taken a shitload from that Poison Jab instead, but I would definitely rather have been a soft-boiled set, put it that way. So, Salazzle is going to come in. He's a Toxic set. I'm not sure what to expect there. He probably just wants to be Toxic for Aggron, wearing me down quite a bit. And I'm going to go for a Calm Mind against the Salazzle as he switches into Serena. So he's putting a lot of good offensive pressure on me early game. And Suicune's not going to be able to get to rest up on the Serena here, as he's going to go for the Rapid Spin on my Rotom switch. I'm going to opt to get up a Reflect here, as he's going to click U-turn, and he's going to crit me. And that one really sucks. My Rotom doesn't have any recovery options, so I needed some health there. He's just going to double back into Serena on my Suicune double, so again, the offensive pressure. I'm not going to be able to get up a light screen either, which is also kind of aids. And so my Scald, I'm not going to get a burn on this Scald. Actually, I'm not going to burn any of the Scalds this game, which is like a big yikes. You know, potentially I could have set up Calm Minds in this Serena earlier had I figured out the set. I thought he was going to be Power Whip. He's actually Chop Kick. Even without Reflect, I should have still been able to set up Calm Minds on this. And unfortunately, I probably should have done it earlier rather than later, but I was trying to scout a set. He's going to crit me with the Thunderbolt there on the Zapdos, which means that I'm not going to be able to do anything with my Rotom. Then he's going to crit me again. That one doesn't matter, but it's kind of just salt in the wound that he's getting all these crits. But I figure here's my chance to go into my Reuniclus and start setting up on him. I don't have the Buzzwole weekend. That was the idea behind this Reuniclus, was to get the Buzzwole weekend. But he's going to bring in Bronzong here, and unfortunately, this is what's going to happen. Now, I might end up skipping through some turns in a while here, but I'm just going to pause it really quickly, and then I'll probably skip through a ton of turns because this is actually an AIDS sequence of plays, and it's going to be about 90 turns. So I have Calm Mind, Recover, Acid Armor, and Psychic. Both of my setup moves have 64 PP total between them. He's got Calm Mind, Protect, Psyshock, and Hidden Power. So Hidden Power, I believe, has 24 PP. Psyshock has 16. I want to say Protect has 16 and Calm Mind has 32. So I'm going to have more power points than he is. And that's how this is going to end up. It's going to be a huge stall war. We're both going to get to +6. I'm going to get to +6, +6, +6. He's going to get to +6, +6. We're actually going to avoid a ton of crits. He's going to get one crit on a turn that I recover anyways, and I'm going to get one crit on a turn that he's struggling. So that one's going to matter quite a bit. I'm just going to skip ahead to turn 7. We'll say turn 90. Okay, so we're still going here. I can skip a little bit ahead. Let's say turn 102. And he's got a few. I'll just let it play out from here. So that's basically what happened. No, you literally missed nothing in those 80 turns. It was actually just us. Yeah, there's the crit on the Psyshock, and I'm going to recover on it. The biggest problem here is I did the math wrong. I did the math wrong. What's going to happen is I'm going to end up with 3 Psychics at the end of this exchange because he's not going to kill himself instantly with the struggle, and I'm going to be left only with Psychics to hit him. So there's my crit, but he doesn't have any way of recovering, and now he's going to start struggling. So I wish I had gotten a crit earlier, but I can't get any luck this game. I have absolutely 0 luck. I'll spoil it for later. I don't get any Scald crits this game at all. I click Scald, I think, sorry, any Scald burns. I think I clicked Scald 6 or 7 times, and I got the single crit there, obviously. So I'm putting myself in a position, I'm now out of recovers, I'm putting myself in a position where I only have 3 Psychics left, and what's actually going to suck the most is that his Salazzle is Sub-Protect and Toxic, so my Reuniclus is actually just going to be completely worthless. You know, I end up making the Bronzong struggle itself to death, and so we're going to gain a differential point out of that, which is good, because like I said, I needed the differential points. That was the most important part of this game, was pulling differential out, and this... Making it a 4-0 means that Shiny isn't going to be able to take my playoff spot, and I'll show that on the dock once this game's done here. But Buzzwole, you know, he's just going to be able to kill me. I didn't want to just, like, give him boosts. I figured I could at least maybe have a chance to win with Clefable here. I was going to go for the Poison Jab. He's going to be able to kill me with another one even after my Cosmic Power. Again, I wasn't breaking the sub with Sword Power, so it was kind of just a misplay. I should have just gone hard into Suicune. My Clefable's just going to die for free. It's kind of been a gigantic waste of space. Really wish I was a different set than the one that I brought, honestly, against what he brought, but on paper it looked good. Yeah, here I mentioned that I was going to be Iron Defense, and I'm really glad that I chose not to be Iron Defense. So obviously my Scald breaks his sub there, but I can get to rest up on this thing. At +1, he's doing too much with Leech Life to me. But I'm going to have to rely on some Sleep Talk rolls here. I'm going to get pretty unlucky with the Sleep Talk roll. The Sleep Talk rolls over and over again, but I do get a little bit lucky with some of them, and the fact that I'm at least able to break his sub, and I'm naturally outspeeding him. So here's a Scald against him, and I'm not going to get to burn as he goes for sub, so that really sucks, but I'm going to be able to wake up and go for a Scald here, break his sub again, as he doesn't have Roost, but he's got the Leech Life, which is doing just as well as Roost would. I have to rest here because he'll kill me with the Leech Life. I could have risked another Scald Burn on him, and then he wouldn't have, but it was just safer for me to risk the Sleep Talk rolls, and unfortunately that's what's going to cost me my Suicune's life here. You know, potentially if I got a Scald Burn on the Buzzwole, I definitely would have been able to 1v1 it. He's going to get another crit. That one doesn't matter, I don't think, because I'm still asleep, and I'm going to roll Calm Mind this turn. So that crit doesn't matter like at all, but it is more salt in the wound. He has had about 5 or 6 crits at this point. And then I bring in Keldeo, and it turns out I'm doing a shitload of damage to this thing. So I don't know why I just didn't bring in Keldeo earlier, but again, I can't get a fucking burn to save my goddamn life. Had I burnt him that turn, it still probably wouldn't have mattered because he was +2 already, but we are just going to be able to lose 4-0 to Shiny Spam. I'm a little bit salty about just how the game went in general. Like, almost nothing went in my favor this game, and it just feels really bad because I needed to win this one to guarantee myself playoffs. But let's go through my playoff scenarios here. So here's the dock, and maybe I can finagle this into... you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. Maybe if I turn off the verses here, then you'll get a little bit more, and maybe if I turn off my logo, then you can see a little bit more. Okay, so this is the playoffs. These teams all down here that I'm highlighting, those are all eliminated. These teams up here are all clinched. Those teams are all clinched, and Evan's actually clinched as well. He's got 6 wins. So I mentioned this in the team builder, and sort of how this is going to work. Regenix said that he was not going to play in playoffs, even if he makes playoffs, so don't have to worry about Regenix at all. So it's really, the last spot is only down to me, Shiny Spam, and Cow. And what actually happened this game is Shiny beat me 4-0, right? So he's now actually 5-5 +1. And I'm 5-5 +2. So Shiny actually can't make playoffs anymore either, which means it's only Cow and I fighting for that last playoff spot because I'm 5-5 +2. Cow plays Vic, and so I really just have to hope that Vic wins. That's really what it comes down to, is I really have to hope that Vic wins. So I did the math. If Cow 5-0s or 6-0s Vic, he would then be 5-5 +2 or 5-5 +3. Those are the only records he could be where he passes me, because he would hold head-to-head against me because of our Week 9 match, or he would hold the differential lead against me. So there's only 2 scenarios out of 14. Let's say that, you know, 0-0, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. is 7 scenarios for a game, and each of those you have a win and a loss scenario for Vic, let's say. Let's say for Vic, right? He's got 14 different scenarios, or 14 different outcomes of how that game can go. Only 2 of them I don't make playoffs. So 12 out of 14, which becomes 6 out of 7. It's about an 88% chance. Let me just do 6 divided by 7. Sorry, it's 86%. It's an 86% chance, which is a little bit better than Fire Blast. So I basically have my chances of making playoffs is about Fire Blast hitting. So I really fucking hope that I can hit this Fire Blast and we can make playoffs. If you guys don't see playoff content from me and you see a season recap instead, then I guess you know why. I guess you know why. I guess you figured out that I didn't make playoffs. Otherwise, we still have a shot at 6th seed, which would be great. Our last 3 matches have not gone the way I wanted them to, not even slightly gone the way that I wanted them to. I really would have preferred to win any of those games, which would have secured me a playoff spot. But unfortunately, I misplayed against David and I misplayed against Cow. I got hacked by TB in week 1. By the way, any Stone Edge hit in that game gives me a fucking playoff trip, by the way. Or a crit with Reuniclus against the Bronzong earlier on. No, I don't know. A Scald Burn. A Scald Burn. No, I don't know, man. This season's been so disheartening at the end here. Oh my god, my team builder was long as fuck, and this battle could have been long as fuck, but I didn't want to make you guys sit through 80 turns of stall, so I'll just leave it on this screen for now. There's not much I could have really done in this game. I don't think that I built poorly. Actually, I think I built the team that I had to. Buzzwole was just a gigantic problem right off the bat, and unfortunately for me, I couldn't get Suicune going in the early game because I was calcing against Adamant, Max Attack, Meadow Plate, Serena. And had I been calcing against a more defensive Serena set like he was, with Trop Kick, I guess, instead of Power Whip, then I would have seen that it was probably okay, actually, if I had just set up with Suicune. And, you know, maybe if I had just set up with Suicune, I would have been sitting in a better spot this game. Obviously, the Bronzong could have come up and set up alongside me, but I'm not sure what he would have wanted to do there. He could have gone into like Zapdos or something like that, but at the very least, I could have maybe broken his team down. I have to admit, this was a better outcome than it could have been. Had I been 6-0'd flat out, I wouldn't be in playoffs right now. So what I needed out of this game was at least, at worst, to get 2 differential off for Shiny so that he couldn't take my spot, and we did that. So, you know, we can be proud of that. There's not much else we can be proud of. I'm really disappointed in how I ended the season after how well I played against Beery in week 7. That's my Spotify. Yikes! You guys don't want to see that. So, yeah, that's just kind of me trying to extend this video a little bit and explain what's going on. There's not much more to say than that. You know, you guys will be seeing this months down the road, of course, because I'm saving these recordings up for a time when I don't have other recordings to go to, which is most likely actually a couple weeks after I'm recording this. I'll probably start uploading the draft analysis in week 1 and whatnot, because as I'm speaking, currently 2 weeks left in PTL. I'm done in WPL. This is the last week of WPL. I'm done. That'll be going into playoffs. Not sure what else. Oh, I took over a team in NPL Majors, and that's only got 3 weeks, but I played one. Technically, there's 0 weeks left, and I played one of the makeup matches already, and I've got 2 more. I don't know what else I upload. NCL? Well, I guess I'll have NCL going, and AABL just released apps today, and I'm guaranteed a spot there because I used my my champion token, or whatever you want to call it. So I'll have AABL, NCL going at the same time as Red, probably. And then right now, you guys should be seeing... I mean, this is way in the past, right? But you guys should be seeing PTL, WPL, and NPL Majors once I get those videos out. So that should be what's going on. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I don't know what you'd have to enjoy about this game, but hopefully you do. And I will catch you guys for either playoffs or season recap.